What's up, my top 6 community? Welcome back to the channel. And Jamaica has just completed 2 wins out of 2 in this international break. On the back of smashing Bermuda 4-0 on Friday, Jamaica has just gotten a 2-0 victory over Trinidad and Tobago at the office in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm sure the Jamaican masses are very happy with this result. Jamaica has not qualified for the World Cup since 1998. That is 6 World Cups in between, 28 years ago. So the Jamaican people are not looking for anything but a qualification for the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup in North America. And there's never been a better opportunity to do so for the Reggae boys. Being that the World Cup has been hosted in North America, there has been automatic qualifications for the US men's national team, Mexico, and Canada. These are arguably the 3 toughest teams in CONCACAF, and they won't be playing through the World Cup qualifying rounds. That makes things less complicated for the Reggae boys. That makes it a little bit easier to qualify for the next World Cup. So I'd be very disappointed if Jamaica is not added to the roster for the showdown in summer 2026. So in tonight's game, Jamaica had a few notable first team players out. The likes of Leon Bailey, Mikel Antonio, Damari Gray, and also Bobby Reid. Steve McLaren went with a 4-1-2-3 formation in which he had Jamali Waite in goal, and at centre back he had Damian Lowe and Richard King, and at left back Greg Lee and Lambo Kisa at right back. In that central midfield role he had Isaac Hayden with John Russell and Casey Palmer in that double pivot in front of him. The front 3 was, on the left was Cephas, Bailey Kadamar Terry, and on the right wing was Tyrese Campbell. Now in the first half, we got off kind of slow. I was really hoping that our midfield 3 would be more on the ball, passing it around, but instead we allowed Trinidad to have most of the possession in the game. Casey Palmer is a really good player on the ball. He's really good with the ball at his feet, but once he passes it or we lose position off the ball, it doesn't really do a lot for me. Palmer doesn't really put in enough work. That is just my opinion though. But on the ball, Palmer is a really good player. Isaac Hayden is famous for his tackling. Not really your tidiest player. Not really want to show up, to hold position in the midfield and get the game running. Not really that type of player. But he's full of energy and he will break up play here and there. Trinidad was the first to get the ball in the back of the net. It was then ruled out for offside. That was minutes before Jamaica got their first real opening in this game. The chance fell to Bailey Kadamar Terry, which a chance that he took very well. It was his opportunity and he got on the score sheet. It was a well taken goal. Kudos to him. Jamaica went 1-0 up in the 36th minute and we held that lead going into halftime. In the second half, the Reggae boys looked more organized defensively, and in our overall play we looked better going forward. The ball was passing around a little bit better. We had a few chances, a few long balls over the top in which we got some breakaway. We looked even better when Shamara Nicholson and Kaim Dixon got on the pitch. That is when we got our second goal of the game. Dixon and Nicholson, they brought a lot of flair, some speed, and you can see that they wanted to score. Dixon was the one who really created that second goal. He had a little dink in the box, came off a Jamaican player, and then a Trini player then hit the ball in the direction of Russell, and he took it very well. A good finish. Jamaica went 2-0 up. Russell was in an offside position, by the way, when he got that ball, but because it was played by a Trinidad player, he wasn't ruled offside, and we got a 2-0 lead in game. Moments after we got that 2-0 lead though, there was a little mix up at the back where between Lowe, the keeper Waite, and the left back Lee, they were passing the ball around the back and somehow they gave Trinidad possession of the ball. Trinidad then make a few passes and the ball was in the back of the Jamaican net. Everybody thought the game was back at 2-1. If that goal had stand, the goal was ruled for offside. If that goal had stand, it would have been a different game at the office tonight. If Trinidad had got back that goal there, I think the outcome of this game could very much change. But fortunately for us, it was ruled offside. The Reggae boys still 2 up, and from there on, I know we'll go on to get the 3 points. Dixon and Nicholson maintain attacking threat for the Reggae boys, and Karai Anderson came on for Casey Palmer, and Anderson, he really impressed me in the way that he showed up for the ball. He was ever present in the midfield. He was in those pockets to receive the ball, and his passes were good. It was a good showing from Anderson tonight. He was the one that was passing the ball around, showing up for it, taking it and distributing the ball well for the Reggae boys tonight. Overall, it wasn't our best performance at the office, but it is 3 points nonetheless. And we move on to the next international break with our toughest game in this group against Curacao, away to Curacao at that. So the boys will have to come good against Curacao, because Curacao is a much tougher team than the 2 that we have faced so far. So I hope we'll also get 3 points there and we can top this group and move on to the next stage, because we need to qualify for the next World Cup. Next year, Jamaica needs to be in the World Cup. As I said, there's never been a better opportunity to qualify for the World Cup. Arguably, the 3 toughest teams in the region are not playing in the qualifying rounds. Mexico, United States and Canada, they got automatic qualifying positions. So this is a great opportunity to be in the next World Cup. The Reggae boys need to be there. So hopefully we get some players back from injury like Bailey and so on, strengthen the team. So we're really looking for a good run in these few international breaks to bring ourselves in pole position to qualify for the World Cup. Anyway, the Premier League is back on Saturday. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest in the early kickoff at 6:30. We'll be covering that game. So tune into the channel. We'll also cover all the other games from the top 6 teams in the Premier League. So like up the videos, comment on this video, tell me what you think about the Reggae boys qualifying for the next World Cup. How excited are you about the possibility of we being in the next World Cup and playing in that competition? Also subscribe to the channel and we'll see you on the next one.